Just after 6. Ulrich Krämer has just got up. The 56-year-old man spent the night in his office at the airport. Twice a week the pastor sleeps here, because he lives in Ottersberg, which is 2 hours away and close to Bremen. He has been working at Hannover Airport for 6 years. First as a manager of the airport chapel and then as a pastor and minister.
First, the airport as a workplace was as strange to me as it would probably be for anybody. It's a world apart and you have to get into it. How does it work? What's important to the people here? What do they think? I think that I managed to get into it quite well. It is important that you like what you're doing.
At exactly 7:30, Ulrich Krämer goes into the chapel for the first time.
First thing in the morning, when I go into the chapel, I look whether everything is all right. I'm the caretaker of my chapel, somehow. Whether the air conditioner is okay, whether the bulbs are all right. Then I have a look at the Bible on the altar. Oh, somebody scribbled around on it again. I don't like that. I'm sorry, honey. Things like that don't belong into a Bible. That's indecent.
Ungehörig.
And then I open Psalm number 121. That's the airport pastoral care psalm. Something like our national anthem. In the first place, this chapel is ecumenical. This is something very special, that the entire airport pastoral care is ecumenical. Despite the fact that I'm a Protestant minister and support the Protestant church, of course, I also do a lot for my Catholic colleagues, as they don't work here. So I also provide Catholic pastoral care, so to speak. This is unique in Germany in this way. There's nothing like this at other airports.
The chapel at the airport is open 24 hours a day. Every Tuesday there is a prayer called Stopover, which takes 8 minutes.
I welcome you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'd like to read Psalm number 121. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth. A special thing is the variety of events here. Sometimes you don't expect what's happening. So possibly my mobile phone starts ringing, and then there's an emergency call. Or somebody comes to the chapel and is glad to be able to talk to a minister, and so we have a talk. Some people come here once a month and want to talk to me. So there are many talks.
Many talks, several baptisms, and even 2 weddings took place in the chapel. But as a pastor, you also experience sad moments.
I just have to think about a lady who waited for her sister-in-law. An elderly lady who had visited her daughter in Vienna. The 2 sisters-in-law were living together, had both already lost their husbands. They were close friends. But then she waited here for nothing because her sister-in-law had died in the plane, just after takeoff. Heart failure. A mild death for her, but a great loss for the sister-in-law. And then alarm was given, the plane had to head for the next airport, Dresden in this case. So she never arrived here. This meant that we had some time to think about how to care for this lady. It was sad and also dramatic, but, well, somehow useful. So, in some respects, I feel well and useful in what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I have to answer that. Kramer, airport pastoral care.
And as it is often the case, Pastor Kramer is needed as a contact person. Some time ago, he worked as a parish pastor for 15 years. At the time, the people went to the church directly and attended the service. Here at the airport, it is absolutely different.
The work is very different from parish work. In a way, I have to look for my parish here and have to establish it. There are about 6,500 members of staff working at the airport and millions of passengers a year. I think an estimated 5,200 will be here this year. That's quite a lot for a parish, but then again, it isn't a parish. So you have to look for the people. You have to go to them. You have to go to the terminals. Primarily, people don't come to me like they would in a village parish where people still attend Sunday services reasonably regularly. So I think that chapels on the way, that churches on the way, are the future anyhow.